Hi, I'm Miss Cassie at Fond du Lac Library, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a journal. I've actually kept a journal since I was 8, so I have a lot of them, and I only just discovered bookbinding and making journals this year, and I thought it was really cool. I also like to personalize stuff a lot, and so making my own journal sounds like an awesome idea. So to make your journal, what's going to be in the kit that you guys can get, you can pick it up in the youth department at Fond du Lac Library or at our drive-through window. You're going to have the cover that's already pre-punched out for you. You're going to have 2 sections of papers to put in your journal for the pages to write on. You're going to have these are optional that you can paste into, you can glue into the inside covers to make it look a little nicer. You're going to have the string to sew the journal together, a plastic needle, and then the decoration for the outside. The glue you'll have to supply yourself. So if you want to glue these papers to the inside, you just need a glue stick. And duct tape is also optional but not provided. I used duct tape to go on the outside of here because sometimes this rips when the needle goes through it. All right, the first step, you're gonna thread the string. You're gonna take the thin string and do this through the needle. You're gonna pick up your first section of papers and you're gonna line up the holes. You're gonna open it up to the middle to make sure you get all the pages in there. You're gonna come from the outside and thread it through the middle hole. And you'll pull until there's about 6 inches or so of string left. Then it doesn't matter if you go to the top or the bottom. I'm gonna go to the bottom for this one, and you're gonna go back through both the cover and the papers. You wanna hold on to this and pull it tight. Then you're gonna go back through on the outside and thread back through the middle hole. Again, pulling nice and tight. So there's a string on the outside and a string on the inside. Then you're gonna go up to the top. Then you're gonna go back through the middle hole. This time though, when you go through the middle, you're gonna close this first section of paper and you're just gonna go through the cover. Pull it nice and tight. This is where you open up your second section, line up the holes, and you're gonna go through the middle. You're gonna have the string fall out. Just happens. Pull that nice and tight. Since I went through the bottom one already, I'm gonna go through the top one on this one so I have 2 strings on the outside. So go through the top. Go through that same hole again. Pull it nice and tight. You're gonna thread back through the middle. And down to the last one. You're gonna pull both strings nice and tight, and then you're just gonna tie a square knot. I like to aim for the middle hole so it looks like the knot is centered, but that's entirely up to you. Good, now you've got the first part of the journal. So that should all be together. All the pages are in there. The next step is going to be taking this and we're going to thread it through the outside. You can have some, you guys can choose to do a different pattern than I did, especially if you sew all the time and you know different patterns. That's entirely up to you. If you want to make it look like this one, I'm going to show you the pattern that I used to make this one. When I get it untangled. You're going to start at either the top or the bottom. Just thread through one of the holes and pull all the way to the end of the string, leaving about 6 inches of a tail. Maybe about a foot. There should be plenty of extra for that. Then you're going to loop over the top, go to the next hole, and pull the needle through. Again, you're going to loop over the top, pull the needle through the next hole, and this will get a lot easier once you have less string. You'll also want to be careful where you pull the needle through. If you want that look, that's fine, but sometimes your loop will go over top of your string and that'll create just a different look. That's your started pattern, and you're just going to keep looping over the top and through the back, over the top and through the back, all the way around the binding until you get back up to here. And you can tie it in a knot like I did. I gave you guys longer string than the one I did on this one, so you can cut it as short as mine, or you'll have some flexibility if you want it longer to have a little bookmark to put in here. When you're done with this decoration on the outside, you're gonna put in the paper right here. It's important to do it when you're done, because otherwise when you put this paper in, it might accidentally cover up some of the holes, and then again, it'll rip it. So you're just gonna open it to the front or the back. You're gonna take your glue, and it's gonna go all over the paper. And you also wanna glue it to this as well. I tried just putting the glue on these and it doesn't adhere as well. So I would put lots of it on there too. You're gonna keep it folded in half. And you're gonna place it down exactly on that last page. Then you're gonna open it up. And push it down onto the cover. See how it kind of covers up those holes up there, which is why you want to make sure you wait until you're all done with this. And then you'll just do it on the other side. Again, that's just optional. If you like how this looks and you like just this around the outside, you don't have to do any of that. All right, once that's all done, you're gonna have a finished product here. So this is the stitching that I did earlier. You've got the cover, the outside, the glued down pages on the front and the back, and then you'll have 20 pages in here for you to write whatever you want to write on. This was a different stitching pattern I did with smaller string. So instead of going over the top, I just went out and in, out and in. And then I had enough string that I could take the needle and loop it through the stitches that I'd already done to make the design on the outside cover. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this, and I gave you extra string so you guys can decide how long or short you would like it. Also, I'm going to include with this post a gratitude prompt. I've journaled for a long time, and most of the time I just tend to write down whatever it is I'm thinking at that moment. But sometimes I'm finding intentionality also matters. And so with one of these smaller journals that I'm making, I'm going to turn it into a gratitude journal. So I'd like to challenge you guys to do the same. So just come pick up one of your kits from the library and get creative.